Alright, so I did pretty much everything I needed to do with my gear. Just going to load up the spare magazine with enhanced penetration rounds. And that should be it. I'm going to check out that tower before I move along. I am heading pretty much just straight to the mercenary base. I need to do a couple of jobs there and getting good with them, now that the anarchists respect me a bit more. And probably head either to Limansk or to the Red Forest, or somewhere equally ridiculous and dangerous, to do equally ridiculous and dangerous tasks for mercenaries, at least for a little while. Hopefully, if I survive... Oh, actually, I can actually pick up the duty patches.
Ну рассказывай, я весь внимание.
That is not a bad deal, if I can find some duty soldiers. Now, where was I going with this? Ah, yeah. So, anyways, until I can gather a little bit more money, gather a little bit more respect, and either pay the loners not to shoot me, or find a good disguise, and head on south to do pretty much everything else that I have in that area. Now, it might be worth grabbing that task from Lukash about the Cordon military checkpoint. I think I witnessed someone just sneak up to a monolith soldier and straight up execute him. That is pretty gruesome. Anywho, so long as things remain relatively quiet, I wanted to take a few minutes and step out of character for a second and talk about something IRL that I did last weekend. So, since this entire series has sort of become my gun rambling and venting tool, that I wanted to share a little bit about something I did last weekend, and that is I got to shoot some real proper big rifles, what the Americans would call hunting rifles, so bolt-action carbines, basically, right? Two of them, and they were basically the same gun, just chambered in different rounds, and what shocked me the most was how ridiculously comfortable they were to shoot. So I shot a locally produced Zastava carbine, and one was chambered in 7.62, the other one's chambered in 8.7 Mauser, and oh boy. So here's the thing. I never shot 8.7 Mauser before, and I expected it to be loud as hell, I expected it to be violent as hell, and to have a really strong kick. Especially when I picked up the weapon and realized that it weighs about half of what my weapon weighs. Yeah. So that's the thing. The weight of both of these carbines was... I don't know. So my rifle weighs about, I don't know, 3.5 kilos maybe with the optics and with the optical sight and everything. Yeah, probably 3.7, 3.5 kilos, something like that. Those carbines weighed, I don't want to say half, but maybe like 2/3 of that. Maybe even half. I don't know. It's difficult to gauge. The barrels were a lot shorter. Were a lot shorter. I don't know, maybe, a couple of inches shorter. Like a whole few inches, like 1 or 2 inches shorter. Okay, I want to be very specific here. Maybe 1.5 inches shorter. They were great hunting rifles. They weren't exactly designed to shoot at ridiculous ranges of like 500 meters or plus, which, in retrospect, maybe isn't that ridiculous, but they work at around 100 to 200 to 300 meters perfectly well for hunting. I shot a target at around 150 meters with both of them. Actually, I shot 150 meters max, and then I shot something closer to more like 50 meters, 70 meters, something like that. The 150 meters target I nailed. The 70 meter target I missed twice, and then hit 3 or 4 times, and then missed twice again, and then, okay, after that I sort of started hitting it a bit more reliably. I had more trouble with the closer target than the one further away. Mind you, for the one further away, I leaned the rifle up, or I leaned my elbow against a tree and shot, so I was a lot more stable. The other one I was just standing, etc., etc. Plus the gun is sighted, or both the guns are sighted at exactly 150 meters, It's a bit of a weird sighting distance. You usually either do 100 or 200, but the person who owns them sighted them at 150 because that's what. Really? It was a bloody pistol, but he shot me, I think, in the face or something, or in the helmet, and, or in the shoulder, I don't know. Yeah, it was the shoulder. He shot me in the shoulder and he threw my aim off. Oh, there he is. That's what you get when you don't focus. But in order to focus, I have to finish the story. And it's a weird conundrum we find ourselves in. TLDR, they're ridiculously comfortable to shoot. There is virtually no kick if you grab the weapon properly, or at least nowhere near nowhere near the level I expected it to be. I could shoot those things all day, and I wouldn't even get a bruise on my shoulder. It was perfectly fine. The accuracy was great for 150 meters. Like I said, that target, when I actually aimed properly and was in a stable stance, I nailed it. And yeah, it was just, I mean, it was ridiculously fun to shoot. The triggers were shockingly good. Like, the triggers were some competition level stuff that you see in the World Championship. They had two firing modes, basically. One was harder to pull, like it takes you probably around, I don't know, maybe 2 kilos worth of pressure to pull. A kilo and a half, maybe. It's not difficult, but it's... imagine like a double-action revolver. That's roughly how it was to shoot it. That mode, I'm assuming, is for when there's a lot of dense... or at least I was told. That's for when there's a lot of dense foliage and stuff around you, so you don't want to shoot... you don't want a trigger that's super light, because you could... you can get a branch or something stuck between or in the trigger guard, and sometimes if it's a sturdy enough branch, that can make the gun go off. You can like pull the trigger with the branch if you're, you know, going through a bush or something. Ideally, in those situations, you would have the gun, you would have the safety on. But if you're hunting and something jumps out at you, you might want to be, you know, just grab a gun and take the shot. So hunters have it not on safe, but with the other trigger firing mode. So yeah, the 2 trigger modes. One was pretty heavy. The other one is, I swear to God, just a couple of grams. I mean, you literally, like, you touch the trigger and it goes off. 2 or 3 times I just got surprised, like, by how light it is. It takes getting used to. It definitely does, but in like the best way. Because what had happened was I aimed down and I was like, okay, so I'm now going to just put my finger over the trigger and I'm slowly going to get ready to shoot, right? No, it just went off. I mean, I wasn't fully aimed down, is what I mean, so I missed like by a little bit, once or twice, due to just how sensitive the trigger is, and I didn't expect it to be that sensitive, is the only thing. Those guys just shot the bandit. Did you just... Why did you just shoot the bandit? I thought he was one of us, like, I thought we were good with them. Control the brain tissue. Don't I have that? Yes, I do. Hey. There you go. Don't Control the brain tissue, all yours. Oh, because the ecologist shot him, right, not the mercs. Or the ecologists are paying the mercs, either way. That's what happened. Okay, okay, got it. Any work? No. Alright. Appreciate your business. You know, there used to be bloodsuckers here, but I cleared them out. Am I just boasting? Yes. Because all of these bodies were not here before. Mind you, I've been thinking about this too. The amount of monolith bodies here, I reckon I did the monolith a favor by taking out the bloodsuckers. We should have just left them there. They were killing more of the monolith guys than they were of freedom, so... I don't know. Maybe a bit too radical of a solution. Anywho, at this point I'm like confident walking up this road. Which probably means that it's gonna get me killed one of these days. When the mercs move out from over there and someone else takes their place. Or something, but... for now... for now it's fine, I suppose. Alright, that's the end of the story, by the way, pretty much. So just shot those rifles. Shocked at how good they were, and they were both of them used... around 40 years, maybe? 40-something years? Yeah. They were actively being used for about 40 years. And after 40 years, they worked perfectly. The action was smooth, the accuracy was, again, according to design, on point. I think I got the other one, but doesn't really matter. Yeah. Hey man. Need anything? Nope. Alright. Got a monolith exosuit. So we were fighting monolith down there. Great. At this point I'm fairly confident that this outpost here is an impregnable fortress of doom. Anywho, like I said, that's pretty much the end of the story, and I absolutely loved it, and the only regrets I have is that the ammo is expensive for those rifles, so there you go. Kind of why I prefer pistols, honestly. Oh, prefer pistols. Why I don't even prefer shooting pistols, it's kind of the advantage that pistols have that I really appreciate. Ammo is dirt cheap for them. 9mm is like nothing. You can get 200... if you buy in bulk, you can get like 200 bullets for like, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the price of, you know, if you buy in bulk, one 9mm bullet gets you about, or rather, one 7.62 bullet gets you about 4 to 5 9mm bullets, so obviously two very, very different things, very different calibers for different purposes, but yeah, it counts for a lot. Anyways, on to the Dead City, and then doing some proper mercenary work. For the mercenaries. Faction. Yeah. Alright, here we go. The road to here was pretty easygoing and safe, and we could rant about different things. Obviously, considering this is the home base of the mercs, it's pretty much going to be the same thing here, but once we get out of this place, it is going to be very, very different. There is a stash somewhere over there. Might be worth picking up. I have JHP loaded into this, right? Yes, I do. I remember. I distinctly remember loading Jacketed Hollow Point. I know of a stash here, I think. Yeah. Fortunately, it's empty. Also know of another stash. It's on the PDA. And it's straight ahead. So there somewhere, straight ahead. Okay, can I exit the building through here? Yes, I can. That's actually very useful in case of emergencies or something. I can exit there. Donate to about 545 EP rounds. Well, good for you. Alright, so we have some zombies. And the House of Culture. Okay, now I think I know where the stash is. I say that with a bit of confidence, because I think the way I get to it is, yeah, exactly, through here. Unfortunately, no tools, which makes it more or less useless to me. But, well, what the heck, it's worth a shot, right? Let's just put you down for good. Okay. I also need a better knife, so I can skin more, stuff. More stuff in general. Now that place is haunted. Oh, it has a psi field around it, so, or at least that's what I was told. I don't know if they were messing with me or not, but seem to have been told that that place has a psi field around it. I don't want to get particularly close to it, so let's get out of here. Is there? There's a Dushkano. Is there another stash here that I've maybe? I'm sure there is, but not one that I'm aware of, importantly, so I suppose that's it for now. Let me see to my gear and maybe see to a couple of jobs that I can do, and we'll head out after that. Oh. Lost my voice for a second. Oh, and there's a Psystorm. Well, the timing could not be any better. I'm just going to leave all of the crap that I don't need here, and guess I'll Probably sleep through the storm and get on with my work after it's after the apocalypse stops, more or less. I think we could call it that. Well, as it turns out, there's not a lot to do. Things are rather well, dead around here, pun fully intended, it being the dead city and all. There was a delivery mission to Cordon and one to Wild Territory, guided escort to the Darkscape, all out of my way, not paying too much, and honestly not that exciting rather, or worth doing. The one I did pick up involves killing a loner, which wronged the wrong people. Oh, there you go. There's this too, I suppose. Jellyfish, isn't that highly radioactive? Why don't you... Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. I'll just have to go back and sell the jellyfish now, because it's too radioactive. What? Does it give any, No. I mean, it's... resistances here and there, and then a bunch of radiation, and that's about it. Alright, so I'm gonna go sell it. Do you have any...
Да, темнота бывает враг, бывает лучший друг.
Okay, I'll take your ammo off you, but... you don't have the money to buy the jellyfish. Alright. Not actually, tell you what. I was just gonna go and kill the guy in army warehouses. But now that I'm here, I want to do, or I want to try something else. First of all, get this off me. It burns. Ouch. I've also been bullied into buying a snork hand, cooking it, and then eating it here. Look, there's 30 of them, there's one of me. What do you want to do? Yeah, this is the guy that wants to go to Darkscape. Sorry, man. You? No, what about you? No, yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty sure I've talked with everyone now at this point. You know what? I was pretending I didn't have one, or that I would do it later. Fine, I'll cook. There we go. Get rid of the fuel too, so I'll carry a little bit less with me. Okay. Is everyone watching? I hear it's a rite of passage around here, so here we go. That is... you are nasty. You are all... I love you, but you are all nasty. That is straight up cannibalism. Though I gotta say, it makes me feel like I've went down a rabbit hole now, and that... yeah, you know what? I was knocking it, but now that I did it, I do feel different. I feel like I've went down a moral rabbit hole out of which I cannot climb out, so... yeah, I understand why we do that now. Well, not really, just a little bit. I understand a little bit why we do that. Okay, did I buy ammo from you? Yes, I did. Give me like 30 more rounds of FMJ. I'll keep the lurker meat because I can cook it, and I will. As soon as I find more fuel. You can take the empty syringes, a couple of these things, which I don't need. And the rest of this stuff I'm going to use eventually, but right now I need to keep it. Okay. The reason I went back here is... see, I found this. And I wanted to check if it led somewhere, but it doesn't. I am... now that I'm one with the whole crew, and I've passed my rite of initiation, I've become a proper mercenary now. Cold, heartless, and a cannibal, apparently. That's what we are right now. This door is locked, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to get in there somehow. I just don't know how. And I wanted to check. Maybe there was a way back here that I just didn't see at first or something. Because I know that's locked. I know that's locked. Honestly, I thought that manhole might lead me to the thing, but clearly not. Is this oh, okay. Fascinating. Anyways, back to the army warehouse. It is a lot of back and forth, but hopefully this is the last time I'm going there for a while. And besides, it's I mean, I go to the same place over and over, but it's different every time, so, you know. Par for the course, I suppose. Par for the course. Here we go. Is it just my imagination, or is it getting... Oh! Oh, come on! That was the most bullshit death thus far. They just spawned behind me. I was like, why are they shooting at me? Jeez, let's try that again. Wow. I just realized that had I been playing Iron Man, this would have been it. I mean, I know I died multiple times already, but Iron Man mode and gone. Like, you imagine that? You load in, you're dead, and that's it. That's like 50 to 100 hours of your life just gone because of that. Kind of incredible. Let me try and get out of it using some method, because that's just bullshit. I mean, by the time I properly load in and have at least 20 FPS to move, I'm already dead, because it stutters horribly at the beginning of every loading. Every time you load in a level, that is... Yeah, let me try and fix this. Hold up, just a second. Well, it took about 7 or 8 more tries, and all I did was just sprint to this corner as quickly as possible. Thing is, it's kind of RNG based. Sometimes they load in a second before you, sometimes they load in a second afterwards, so... This time I made it, and they just walked in and I killed them. The reason I didn't record this is because it took me 7 failed attempts at doing that, so that was no fun. Yeah, let's pretend that never happened and continue with our lives. Also, the guy in the exoskeleton took literally like 20-ish bullets to die. Thankfully, he gets stuttered when you full auto him at close range, but not stuttered enough. That he did break my plate though. My what's it called? Ballistic plate. He did break that. So yeah, it's fine. I don't care. I have plenty of money. I'll just fix all of this eventually, but I guess they couldn't break the mercenary hold on this, so they had to resort to cheating. Which is, you know, typical. Alright, now where's that guy I gotta kill? Should be somewhere in... Eliminate the target. Oh, he made it to wild territory. Wow. He made it to wild territory. Okay, he'll be back. He'll be back, and I'll be waiting for him. Yes, I will. Now, the problem is, it's getting a bit dark. I didn't check. What time was it? It's 1 PM, so this is not that kind of dark. It's just because of the weather. Okay. It's a little bit more visible if I look down. So if I don't stare at the bright sky. This makes it so I can actually see stuff ahead of me. It's a bit awkward to walk like this, but... it's better than, you know, walking into an anomaly and dying. Something here, maybe? No.
Ты рассказать, чего
I feel like I'm hoping in vain every time I open those boxes, but... kind of, interesting, let's say. That I still haven't found any tools after all this time. And this rain could not have picked a worse time to, start pouring down like this. Bandits, so... at least I think that's bandits. I know Monolith has a similar overcoat, but... I think the Under Armour is different. Mind you, can't be too careful. Let me, yeah, because of the pants. That's because of the pants. Oh, whoops. Okay, sorry about that. Hey, man.
Эй, сталкер, с чем пожаловал?
You know. Chilling, killing. Is that what they say? Okay, let's get to this, I'm gonna call it Freedom Avenue. Because it's mostly patrolled by Freedom, and there's, people coming from this direction to contest it. Nasty surprise. Telling you, I can't see anything. Like, is this gonna... this actually kind of helps. It's the difference in brightness. Like, it's a bright sky and it's very gloomy down here, and honestly, it's killing my visibility. Oh, by the way, I do want to show off something fancy. I thought I could... Okay, you know what? Where is it? Yeah. That. I learned how to do that. Very useful, very cool, makes glow sticks worth having. I mean, otherwise they were just like a different headlight, which in all honesty gets kind of redundant. Pretty much the moment you get a headlight, which is, I don't know, the moment you step into the zone. Or at least, you know, do your first 2 or 3 jobs, maybe. It was kind of redundant. Now, though, that I can throw it, that's very valuable. Out in the open like this, not so much, but then again, glow sticks in general, not as valuable out in the open. When we get indoors, into labs, into stuff like that, glow sticks are going to be worth their weight in gold. Because I'll be able to actually see what's going on in front of me and light up whole rooms, and if there's a drop down somewhere, I can throw a glow stick to see how far it is, and you know, the uses are endless as soon as you step indoors. And there's plenty of that, just not around army warehouses, which is where I've been most of this time. Anywho, need to go see a doctor. I need to go see a doctor for my leg as well, because it hasn't gotten better yet, despite sleeping. So yeah, let's see that, and maybe see for a couple of jobs that lead, hopefully, out of here. Okay, I've plugged my ears so I don't listen to the radio. I heard your transmission. I have come to help fight the zombies. Your mission, defend the barrier. Okay. That is apparently what takes priority right now in this part of the zone. I do want to get some ammo first and sell some of my stuff, so I'm going to do that and then run straight to the barrier. Okay, and we're off to the races. I mean, I shouldn't really charge ahead. Not for my personal safety, but because there's no real need to. I mean, the gatekeeper is still there, and he can handle squads of monolith. I was gonna say I'm sure he can handle a few zombies, but then I saw squads of monolith coming in and realized that maybe, just maybe, Freedom Military Intelligence was anything but intelligent, and that as a result, what we're gonna be fighting are More like a bunch of monolith snipers than, I say snipers. Probably none of them have scopes on their guns, but...
Эй, уёбок! Ну как тебе там? Печёт, блядь? Мразота! Урод!
And reload. That was 45 bullets gone in, Fuck me. Really? He got in close. Oh, I genuinely feel stupid about that. I genuinely feel stupid about that. I was too concerned with the guys on the hill, but this is ridiculous. Look at that. Like, squad, like a line, conga line of like some 10 zombies and a couple of monolith squads with nobody around to help. That is genuinely difficult. I just got outflanked. I mean, I knew people were coming over here, but... I mean, look at that. They're also on the left, so it's hard to, you know, keep equal attention to both your flanks. I just got outflanked and outplayed. Whoop. Whoop-de-doo. Not much I can do. Try that whole thing again.